Hello, and welcome to Tanya's Beauty Box. I am Tanya, and I am filming today on my phone. My laptop camera has decided that it doesn't want me to record, and I want to record. It's taken me a long time to admit defeat. We're gonna have to wait till I get to the work and let my IT department deal with this laptop because it's just not functioning properly. However, I do want to get this video out. It's going to be like the second part to the poll that I posted on my community tab about what you would like to see out of 4 choices. And 3 out of the 4 choices got votes. So I put together or combined the top 2 choices because they were kind of the same. I mix it up in a hodgepodge of various products, brands, based on different price levels. But the third one that got votes was a full face of Charlotte Tilbury. So I figured I would do that because I haven't really used any Charlotte Tilbury products before. Well, just the lippy. Her pillow top in the Intense. Not the regular pillow top that she is iconic for, but it's the pillow talk Intense for deeper skin. Now, again, I'm on the camera, on the phone, so I'm a little further away from you than I would like. And it's just the way it is at this point. I'm hoping that everything turns out pretty good because I haven't filmed on this camera at all for any type of, well, I did, like shorts, but not like full straight up video. So I'm really hoping that this works out well. I'm going to be really hoping that you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. But let's get started because I do not want an hour-long video like I just posted. So I went from 2 hours to an hour, but it cut me off. And I'm not sure exactly how much space I have on this camera phone to record this video. So I'm going to try to go through it pretty quickly. I think most people are familiar with Charlotte Tilbury products. I'm not sure if she's considered luxury or mid-range at this point, depending upon the price point. She's kind of pricey, but not what you would pay for maybe a 12 to 15 pound palette. You would pay for her quad. So it's like that. So yeah, but let's get started because like I said, I do not want this video to be as long as my last 2 videos. So, face is clean. I'm going to, I'm trying to remember what I put in here. First of all, let's see. So let's get started with the face. I'm going to, and I had to figure out what to do about showing the product. This is Clinique's Super Primer, Universal Face Primer. I got a sample of this years ago, and I really liked it. And I bought it from Sephora years ago, but I had not really used it. However, we're going to use it on camera today. I'm sure I've used it on camera before, but probably a very long time. And you know, Clinique is a tried and true, trusted brand. Been along for a while. The primer comes out, and I didn't show you, but I'm hoping you saw when I put it on my finger. Probably didn't, but it comes out like in a little cream. And it smooths right over the face. And this is a translucent primer that creates an ideal makeup canvas, smooth skin texture, preps for makeup application and wear. Color glides on evenly, stays true, lightweight, oil-free. Yeah, so you know, most of Clinique, if not all of Clinique, is non-comedogenic and dermatologist tested and all that loveliness. So we got that on. And we're going to move to the next thing. Far as applying so this is going to be basically a face full of Charlotte Tilbury. There will be some products that I had to swap in because I did not buy Charlotte Tilbury products for. But we're going to try some new brushes. I got this set off of LYS. I think it was $20 at the time. It was on the deep discount. I think each brush is about $20, but this is the Complete Confidence 5-piece full face rhinestone brush set. So we're going to do this. And these are the different brushes that are available in the kit. And check them out. I think they're still available on the site now. Whether or not they're still on sale, I don't know. This I got, as you can see, says from Ipsy, with the Pantone Color of the Year for 2025. And this is a 5-piece makeup brush set as well. And this is in last year's Color of the Year, which ain't no better than, well, it's a little bit better than this year's 2026 Color of the Year, but not by much. And because, yeah, I mean, this was, what am I going to do with this? And this is going to be like accessories. I think the Color of the Year for 2026, for me, if I'm going to wear, it's going to be like apparel, like clothing, accessories, things of that nature, accent pieces, but jewelry, things of that nature, because color on the face, blissful, white, whatever that is, it's not going to work. And last year was mocha mousse. So unless you were like light skin, like maybe tan, like a light tan to Caucasian, this color I'm about to do nothing. What this is going to do for me? Nothing. You're not going to see that. So these are the brushes that we're going to use. I decided to pull out some new brushes because I've typically always used the same old brushes. I know you're tired of seeing those bad boys all the time. So we're going to try these. And these, like I said, from Ipsy, they used to be called Complex Culture. We used to get them all the time. We used to have like the gray handle when BoxyCharm was BoxyCharm. So we have different brush sizes. Look at that sucker. That looks beautiful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this video is already going to turn out longer than I want. But look at that powder brush. And it's so, they are so, so soft. I think that it was 2 sets. One came with the, bag. But it was mostly all face brushes. This one has a couple of face brushes and, 3 face brushes and 2 eye brushes. I think the other one was like all face brushes. Then we're gonna do the LYS brushes. So I can start using this. Is in addition to a makeup product, I have a lot of makeup tools that I have yet to use. So let's break those. I mean, I bought them. Might as well use them, right? If I can set them out. Dag nut it. Gotta drop something, right? 1 second. Gotta drop something. Never fails. And these are so freaking cute. Look at that. I'm not sure if you can see how it sparkles. But look at that sucker. It's just dazzling. Oh, that's dazzling. Like I said, this is still on the website. Look at that brush. These are soft. Now, they're about as soft as the Complex Culture. I'll give it that. But these suckers are, they're soft, functional. They got the little sleeves, protectors, and beautiful. Look at that. Now, this doesn't, they don't tell you what the brushes are for. I'm sure it said on the box. But yeah, the Complex Culture or the Ipsy ones are a little softer, but not by much. Like I said, this was like a $20 set. Usually $35, apparently. I'm not sure how much it was usually, but I think I bought it for $20. But each brush itself is about $20 regularly. And look, I mean, they're freaking, and now that I'm looking at it, they complement each other in color. They complement each other in color because of the, it's like a bronze base handle with the rhinestones. I might get another set of this, depending upon the price, and that's like a triangular head. But just look at it. Let's put these 2 brushes together. Gotta find comparable brushes. I'm not really gonna find it together, but what am I doing? And I say I don't want the brush. I don't want the this to be too long. Look how those kind of go together. This barrel's a little heap ton longer, but still dropping stuff. But yeah, okay, that's enough of the brushes. But I got enamored with the brushes. Freaking beautiful, man. I put this in my little trailer, my little travel case from what you call it? What you call that place? Dollar Tree. But, yeah. So you might be able to find those Ipsy brushes on the Ipsy website if you have access to Ipsy, even if you don't sub to them anymore, which I do not, because I got enough crap. And then try LYS if you're interested in their rhinestone brush set. So I put on my primer, face primer that is. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to get the foundation. The foundation I have from Charlotte Tilbury. I bought all these things off Amazon. There is a Charlotte Tilbury Amazon store. And sometimes there are discounts. I'm not sure how often she puts discounts on her website, but sometimes there are discounts. I opted for the Beautiful Skin Foundation. Yeah, it says Science and Color. It gives you radiance up to 285%, long-lasting and pollution defense. And I have shade 15 Neutral. It was kind of a challenge. Where's the little camera? It's kind of a challenge trying to figure out what shade to get. I will say that. But I opted, apparently for this particular shade. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to hope that it works for me. So, no SPF, which is good, because SPF in foundations, if you watch Amber Pashalok, she called herself Amber P. It is great. It Cosmetics is great for offering SPF in a foundation. But what happens is they have such a high concentration of SPF that it turns the foundation into a gray tone. So even a very deep foundation gives you a gray cast. It doesn't look flattering. So I understand the purpose of wanting to give you sunscreen protection, but it takes away from the shade. It doesn't compliment you anymore. So you don't even want to wear it. I know I don't. So I've never used this. If you can see that. Never used this. And I think I'm going to use this particular brush from LYS. Doesn't say what it is, but I'm going to assume it's some kind of complexion brush. And we're going to put that sucker, like I said, I like to use the, it's so weird not filming on this laptop. So I put that much. Shade looks good. Scent, very minimal. And we're going to apply. And I really hope you'll be able to see what I'm doing because, like I said, I'm not directly in front of my laptop where I have greater, and I did it again. I did it a freaking again. I forgot to put on my, what you call it, concealer prior. I like to make sure you get in that hairline because then you end up with that like little halo around the hairline and it doesn't blend in. And you're trying to figure out why your makeup look like that because you didn't blend it into the hairline. So this is a pretty good color. It felt good going on. It smoothed on very well. I don't know if this was the best brush for it. It was kind of like it soaked up a lot of the foundation I was trying to put on my face. And of course, I know people say just put it directly on your face. I like to stick it on the brush. It's going to end up there anyway. I don't know. Maybe it kind of like pushes it in. But, so this is the coverage. And I hate that I'm so far away. When I go to upload it, I hope that I have the option to zoom in on the actual phone, because I'm so far away you really can't see anything. But this is the application of the actual foundation. And again, this is Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Foundation in 15N or 15 Neutral. And it is moisturizing. It feels good, very lightweight. And again, I like a light to medium coverage because I don't mind any imperfections shining through. Now, the reason why I got so upset with myself about putting on that foundation first is because last time I did that and used a particular product, it didn't go well. Although Lancome did not get any votes for to continue using products, I did say I want to use that concealer again. So this is the Ultra Care and Glow Tint Idole Concealer from Lancome in the shade 505N. Man, I gotta figure out where the little camera eye is, the lens. And I was supposed to put this on prior to putting on my foundation. That's what I did last time and it didn't work out well, but I'm gonna attempt a different way. Also, I found this at the Dollar Tree, Ocean Spray Paradise Splash. And this is cranberry, mango, guava, and passion fruit. Tastes really good. So this is 505N. I go for a more neutral, or I can go cool or warm. Just depends on the tone of the foundation. So you've seen it. You may have seen this before if you saw that 2-hour video I did. Let's put this on. And what I'm going to do is like I did with the Dose of Colors, but I'm not going to let it sit as long as I let that Dose of Colors sit. And it might not react or act like the Dose of Colors did. Look, you can't see nothing, I'm sorry. It might not set as quick, but I am going to let it set a little bit because I didn't let it set at all the first time I used it. And it like lifted right up. But I typically put my concealer on prior to my foundation. Now, I know a lot of people do it the opposite way, but I only really put concealer under the eye. So, yeah. And I'm going to use another one of these brushes. I think I'm going to use another LYS brush. It has like a little triangular head. And this one I think it'd be great for the under eye. Oh my gosh. I can't even see how far we are. And I hope this sucker doesn't cut off on me. If it cuts off, I'll do a part 2. Because like I said, I really don't know how much time is on this thing, but I doubt an hour is going to do it. I should have checked my situation. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, I'm going to do some light feathery strokes as to hope to not lift up the concealer. Now, last time, like I said, it like lifted completely up and I used a sponge. So that might have pulled some of it away. Again, these brushes seem to want to soak up a lot of the product. I don't know. But we're going to take our time and just, this is so soft. And this is proven to be a great brush for the under eye, especially for the shape. So again, if it cuts off on me, just know that I will be posting part 2 from wherever I end. Now that's much better. Can you, from the other video, if you saw the other video, that's much better. It's not patchy. It's giving coverage. Feels great, hydrating. What else? Color is good. The color and coverage is good. And maybe, like I say, how I did it, I didn't let it sit for a minute. I used a sponge, which of course is going to give you a more sheer coverage. but it just like really lifted it off. And I really like this brush because I can get it in an actual angle under the eye and really get up under there. Can you see that? I really hope you can see that, considering how far away I am. I do have a tripod, and I should have got like a little table stand tripod. I should have put that directly in front of me, but I got my camera inside. I got like a little ring light, so it's sitting inside the ring light on the little stand thing, the little holder. So trial and error until I get this laptop thing situation taken care of. But yeah, so it was user error with the concealer. I like it so far, and my under eye, I think, looks pretty good. Like I said, I wish I was closer so you guys can see it. Even with me going back over it, it's not lifting it up. So I think it has something to do with that sponge and the fact that it was still wet. It didn't get a chance to adhere to the skin. Next, I typically use L'Oreal's Match Foundation Powder in C8 or C6, whatever it is. But since I always use that, I decided to try to break out something different. If you can find Black Radiance Soft Focus powders, they come in 3 different shades. This one is creamy bronze finish, and I usually use, I think the one I like is called Milk Chocolate. It's a lighter one than this. No, the Milk Chocolate is deeper than this, but there is a lighter one than this. But this is comparable to the color that I use in the True Match. So, I'm going to use this for my under eye. Do I have a brush for that, though? No. Fudge. No brush, and I don't have... Okay, so I'm going to take the same, and hopefully it won't pick up too much product. I'm going to wipe this off on my microfiber towel to get some of the... Oh, I got a lot of it off. That worked out really good. So even though it holds the product, it releases the product as well. So maybe the key, look, it's almost clean. Oh my goodness. Get you some LYS brushes. These are very soft, and like I said, for 20 bucks, you can't beat that. Because one is about 20 by itself. So I'm using the creamy bronze finish, which is nice and light, on the brush. And we're going to go under the eye to set the under eye with that. And like I said, with the brush being in a triangular cut, I can really get under the eye and angles under the eye as well. So yeah, this is working out. So I'm bringing that down, and it's so, the powder is soft, the brush is good and soft. I can get into the corner. I want to start watering. We're not going to be, we shall not be deterred. We shall not be deterred. I'm going to use the brush to like feather it out a little bit more. I want to keep the lightness under the eye area onto the tops of the cheek, because like I told you before, I'm not a big highlighter, so that gives me a little of highlight, a very natural highlight. Oh, I cannot get comfortable. Yeah, I'm going to get that tripod if I can't get this laptop fixed. But yeah, I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this. And these are so freaking soft. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Next, I am going to do my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Smoothing Micro Powder. The screen is so small. And I got 4 deep, which when I looked at it, didn't really look all that deep. But this is her version of deep. So we gonna roll with it, baby. packaging, of course, is beautiful. I don't remember the pricing on none of this. Like I said, I got it off of Amazon. And Amazon does have, what you call, great pricing. This is the color it does have. It's similar to that creamy bronze I just used. When you think about it, let's see. Yep. So this is creamy bronze. You can see it. And this is her deep number 4. I'm not sure if she has anything besides this being the deepest one, but it's the same freaking color as what Black Radiance is saying is creamy bronze, and they have milk chocolate, which is deeper than that. So we're gonna use Charlotte. It does have a what you call that thing? A mirror. I think these are refillable. Yeah, got a little hole in the back, so you don't have to buy the entire compact. And this time we're gonna use the Complex Culture, Ipsy and Pantone Plush Powder Brush. Can you see that on the end there? Plush Powder Brush. Look at that. That sucker is beautiful. And we're just gonna go ahead and get a little powder. Not much kick up at all. Well, there we go. I spoke too soon. There we go. And I'm gonna do that. And we're gonna just go over the face. So I would say, if this is if this shade works for you, from Charlotte Tilbury, I would say that Black Radiance soft focus finishing powder, which is what this is, rivals it, and that's probably definitely under $10. You can save yourself a whole lot of money because they're basically, to me, giving me the same finish, feel, opacity, and color. And they do have a lighter color than this. I mean, than this, which is the same color as that, and a deeper color. So if this works for you, my power to you. Get you some Black Radiance. Look at that. So there we go. That brush was beautiful. Felt good. Nice and soft. And powder is good too. Like I say, to me, I could have just used the Black Radiance since the color is basically the same. And I'm trying to get this sucker back up. How do you get this sucker back in here? Put it back in the box. Yeah, a lot of these things, when you buy it and then you use something that is much more cost-effective, you kind of want to kick yourself a little bit. Because this powder is definitely over, what's it, around 40 or under, right, a little bit above 40. And that Black Radiance was definitely under $10. Next, we're going to use some basic eyeshadow primer. This is from the YC collection. I'm sure I got it in some Ipsy bag. It's okay. I just, was trying to mix it up a little for the subbies and the newbies without using the same thing all the time, since I have a bunch of stuff. And now the YC collection, I don't know nothing about it. It's just an eye primer. It's nothing special. Like I said, I probably got it in some Ipsy glam bag years ago. And it does what is marketed to do. So it's not giving any coverage or anything or any opacity. It's just an eye shadow primer. Next, where's that? Got it. I'm looking for the, is this it? Okay. This is her Pillow Talk Dreams color-coded eyeshadow. In the shade Pillow Talk Dreams. I had to, her shadow selections, her quads weren't that appealing to me. So this is the one that appeals the most to me. And this is the colors in the corner there. Okay. And so we have a prime, an enhance, a super pop, and a smoke. And I'm gonna use it like that. Because, oh, why not? This is the packaging. So her stuff is basically burgundy, like a maroon, well, burgundy, a deep burgundy, and gold. And this is the color story. I will say that using this phone camera inside the ring light is not washing out the color that much of the items that I'm showing. So that's good. So, number one is the prime. One, prime, enhance, super pop, and smoke. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's use one of these beautiful brushes. They're so pretty. Let's use this brush from Pantone, not Pantene. And this is the all over shadow brush. A little domey brush. And we're going to go into the prime color, which is here. And we're going to place that where we're going to put this, boys and girls, in the crease. This is giving me Tom Ford cherry smoke vibes. It's like in that color family. So I'm hoping not to create the same look. Now I will say this. Tommy gave me a little bit more opacity upon application. And I'm not sure if this is just because of the shade of the shadow. But I'm feeling like I'm having to dip in a lot with her shadow. And it could just be because of the color and my skin tone. I'm, darker, so stuff is going to take a minute before it actually shows up and pops on me. Now, had I left my under eye as dark as it was, that's when I think people end up feeling like they're having to put on a lot of shadow because they're competing with that darkness under the eye. So if they take care of the under eye, lighten it up a little bit, or even it out, when they apply their shadow, they're not applying as much because they're not competing with it, with that darkness. Okay. Woo. So it's pros and cons of using this camera phone. So not a lot of kick up in the pan. Next we're gonna do the enhance, which is, do I have a flat shader brush? No, but we're gonna, dang, this is like a little pointed crease brush. We're gonna take that same brush because what I don't have, or do I? What I don't have is a flat shader brush. So this is like an all over, it says an all over shadow brush. So we're gonna use the enhance. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna follow this. We're gonna go to number 4, which is super pop. Because this one down here, this enhance seems like it should be a inner corner or under eye brow highlight. That's what I think you should use it for. Now that's giving me a little kick up. And we're gonna put this on the lid. And this will probably work out a little bit better in application if I had an actual shader brush. But alas, neither brush set came with a shader brush. We're gonna work with what we got. And it's a, it's doing a do. Of course, the color would be much more intense if it was a shader brush. It would be flat and flat against the lid versus dispersing the color a lot with the fluffiness of the brush. I don't even know what time I'm at this point. As long as I don't hit 2 hours, that's my goal. My ideal is to keep it at 30. I don't think that's going to happen. Next, we're going to go into the smoke, and we're going to go that on the outer and outer crease into the crease, but not all the way over. We're going to like sculpt it out, get that edge, and I might do this to apply the color to blend it out, and then get another one of these brushes for a little bit more definition, but with the same color. Okay, because I didn't bring any additional shadow out because I wanted to try to keep everything within the same brand as much as possible. Now we're going to take, what's this? We're going to take this brush from LYS. Don't know what it is, but it's like a little triangular situation. Go back into that smoke shade and try to define the outer edge a little bit more. Like, there we go. If this had like a deeper, like got rid of that, yeah, this is giving me, I'm thinking I'm recreating that cherry smoke look I just did, but with Charlotte Tilbury. And that's what happens, we like what we like. We like color stories, certain colors that we like. And we end up gravitating to those things. And then we find out that we have 15 different shades of plum blush, all different brands, probably different formulations and textures. But nonetheless, all the same. So, yeah. Now, what I want to do with this, I'm going to take that enhance shade, that real sparkly one here. What am I going to do with that? This is like it says an easy crease definer brush. I can't really use that for that. That's crazy. I really don't have nothing to use. You know what? I'm not going to use it. But I feel like, okay, I'm going to take that brush, this little definer brush, put it in that enhance and go under the brow. Just a little bit. I'm not a big inner color highlight person. Oh, Lord. So I'm going to take that under the brow. And I hope I didn't mess up doing that. Lord, help me. Do you see that? And I'll turn the lights down after everything's done so you can really see what's happening, because I know my light, oh Lord. Woo! I know my lights are watching out. Now that enhance is no joke. And I should have just kept it under the brow arch and not extended it because, yeah, I don't really particularly care for that. But I did it and there it is. But yeah, it is. And it didn't take much. So the palette is really good. Like I said, I think I had to go in a couple more times than I did have to go in with that Tom Ford quad. Granted, it's not the same price as a Tom Ford quad, but still, it's about the same price as you would pay for a 12 to 15 pan palette. Now, next, we are going to line the eye. And I had to go deep for this because I didn't get a liner. I'm about to see what I'm at. I'm probably about to, okay. Not doing too bad. Not too bad, but not great. So this is from Kat Von D, or KVD, or what if, I don't even remember. I remember what they said KVD is supposed to stand for now, but holy smokes. I thought this was black. This say what this say? Verdetta green. Oh my goodness. But this is a tattoo pencil liner. We're gonna roll with it. That's what I pulled. I just knew this is black. As many black liners I got, I went and pulled a green one. Look at that. And that might be cute. That's more of a teal than a green, right? I love a teal. It doesn't matter if it leans green or blue. And this is the, again, tattoo pencil liner from KVD. Long wear gel eyeliner. Made in Korea. Vegan. Holy smoke. Did you see that? Did you see that? And it's old. Yeah. But it shouldn't have flew out like that. The frick. I asked it to fly out like that. Okay. It's a twist up thing. You can see. Not sure if you can see. But I pulled it and it's old, so it's probably dried. But you twist it up from the bottom here. It's not a sharpener pencil, but it has a sharpener in the base. I should have looked at what I was doing. Let me try to warm this up to get the actual... Ooh, this might not work at all, people. Oh my God, this is not good. Ooh. Yeah, I think I might not be able to line my eye. Yeah, this is not working. Okay, here we go. Because it is giving me, look what it's doing. That gray cast. I got to get past that. So after I use this, and it's hard, I'll get out. I'm kind of. So this is why you have to use your products. I think I may have used this once, based on the fact that it was not completely sharp when I opened it, but I don't even think I'm going to be able to use this. And it's all dried out at this point. Why? Because I haven't, and this is just proof positive to use your products. Let me try if I can get this layer off the top. So I'm using my nail to scrape it a little bit in hopes that it, yeah. That is a bummer. Beautiful color, but a bummer and a casualty. So this is going in the trash. Because look, I'm trying my best to get it to warm up, and I don't have nothing else in here that I can use to, yeah. So, no liner. However, let's move on. I'm bummed today. I got to throw it away. Next, we're going to use blush. I didn't like those cheek pop blushes or whatever. You know, the blush with the little lighter color in the middle. They look so dull and ashy. So I passed on it, but I did get the Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow in the shade Color of Passion. So this is a cream. And this is what it looked like. Cute packaging. I did not like any of the shades of the her regular blush line. They did not strike my fancy. And of course, this is a lip and cheek glow, so it's for lips and cheeks. But look at this color. Now that's pretty. Now, and I forgot to do something, but that's neither here nor there. We're going to use the Ipsy and Pantone Cheek Chiseler brush. That's what it looks like. Got like a slight little angle. And here, there, not refillable. Smells like vanilla candy. And I'm just dipping the brush into the product. It's kind of tacky as I dip it in. And hopefully this won't lift. Oh, beautiful. Do you see that? It got a little luminosity. It smells great. It smells like the Too Faced chocolate bar. Vanilla chocolatey. Look at that. It did not lift my powder makeup or foundation. And I like to smile a little bit, hit the ball of the cheek or the apple, and extend up. I really like to get that apple. I have a big fat face, and I like to hit them apples. Now, what I typically would do, because it is a cream and it doesn't say, because it's a cream blush and lip situation, I'm not sure that it's supposed to dry down like a powder or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a translucent powder over it, which I would prefer to use a comparable blush tone with it. But since I don't have this freaking microfiber towel, is the bomb. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that. It's got all, oh my God. Do I have another one of these? It basically cleaned this. Hey, get you some microfiber towels. I think I bought them for the house, you know, for like the people to use, you know, to wash up with, but I just grabbed one because it was microfiber. That sucker really cleared that sucker off. So, next we're going to take this translucent powder that I've never used before from Ciate London, that I'm very sure I got in an Ipsy or BoxyCharm. It's the Everyday Vacay translucent powder, coconut setting powder. Never used it. Might be over because, yeah, I like to get in crap, do things. We're going to use this brush from LYS. And it is a little bit in here already. I don't know which one I'm using this because I figured this way I could keep the blush color true. Look at that powder. And also to set it a little bit. So I'm just going to, and hope that it won't, you know, let me get some of this powder. And set it down so it won't get sucked into my face and, you know, just smear off. So this is my very first time using a translucent powder, but using this one, and it's loose. I had an It Cosmetic translucent powder. It's by Pores, but that sucker cracked. So I didn't use that. I'm gonna see if it's gonna wipe this off. Let me tell you. This is some wonderful, this little towel might be the star of this show. I don't want to mess the brush up though, which I think I just did, scrubbing it so hard. Okay, so we did that. So we still has a little bit of luminosity. It's toned down because of the brush. Because of the powder. I'm very upset about, not upset, but I hate that I don't have anything for my eyeliner. So I did get the Lancome's Seals Booster. You know what? I'm not going to use that. We're going to see if this mascara can hold its own. This is the And I think she has two mascaras. This is the Exaggerized Volume Mascara because I love volume. And it's a brush, bristle brush, not the plastic. And this is in the shade, let's see. This is in Exagger Black. And the bottle is made out of glass. Now that tripped me out because I've never had a mascara with a glass bottle before. But for what you're paying for this stuff, I guess it should be very fancy. Brush is curved. Let's apply. I was going to put on that Seals Booster eyelash primer, but that might give false results to this mascara that touts very big claims about volume for the lash. I think this is about $28. And like I said before, I prefer a wetter mascara. This one is a little more wet than that Maybelline I used. Not by much, but at least it's not. I think like the formula is when it's dry, tugs and pulls your lashes out. I don't like that. Okay. Now upon first application, I do think, I'm not going to go back in. We're going to use this on a brush. So I've dipped once for each eye. Upon first application, I think that Maybelline, that little $8 to $10 Maybelline mascara, the falsies, perform better. Just do. So if I had to pick between the two, I'd say get the Maybelline. I mean, you'll feel fancy. It's a little glass bottle, you know, and it's Charlotte Tilbury. But at the end of the day, it's about performance, right? And nobody's going to know what your mascara is unless you tell them. Especially if you're going to put it on. Why wear a $30 mascara and then put on false lashes? And get your little $10, even with a $10 mascara. That kind of, to me, defeat the purpose, but the brush is okay. I would have preferred a straight brush, but, you know, it's part of aesthetic. It's supposed to mimic the curl or the shape of the eyelid, but at the end of the day, it's making me work more. And who wants to do that? Yeah. If I had to choose, and then this is like getting on my lid. If I had to choose between this and that Maybelline all the way, which is why I'm glad I did not use the Seals Booster primer, because it may have given me a false reading on how the mascara performs. Next, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use a brow product. This is the One Size Brow Kiki Tinted Nourishing Brow Gel. Now, I told you before, I'm going to get a brow gel. It better be tinted. And we're going to use that in conjunction with, it disappeared in this thing. Okay. I think this is the only, no, I got House Labs, but I got House Labs when it was on Amazon. So I got a couple of lippies, but this is my only rebranded House Labs product. Got this also Ipsy, and this is the Edge Precision Brow Pencil in medium brown. I'm sure they did not have dark brown or I would have gotten it. And that's what it looked like. And that is the tip and the spoolie. We're going to use the spoolie to get rid of the smudge of mascara on my eyelid. And we're going to do our brows with this pencil. So this is my first time using it. So we'll see what it do. I don't want to lift it up too much, it might break off. This is medium brown. As I said before, I typically go for a darker brow, but I'm sure they did not have, and they might have had a black, but until, I think at that time I didn't think about doing black. I thought it might be too harsh. But after using that LYS, which I was tempted to use again today, but I said, no, I just used it. I opted for the House Labs. So I do have that LYS in that dark brown shade. But I said, listen. So this is performing like any other brow product that I've used, and probably you used too. Nothing spectacular is happening here. Not at all. So it is a thinner tip. But yes, like any other situation. Yeah. Might be me. Might be the product. I don't know. It seems like it's getting away from me a little bit. The color is okay. And even the being a medium brown is still deeper than I would have expected it to be. So maybe the dark brown, if she carries that shade, might be more comparable to a soft black. Because this is much deeper than I had anticipated a medium brown to be. We're going to go back through the brow to shape it up some. Yes, it's nothing. I mean, you need to run out and get a, I mean, just unless you just love Lady Gaga products, this is basic brow product. So I'm using, I waited till that mascara dried a little bit, and I just took that spoolie and cleaned it off. Next, I'm gonna put this back in there. So yeah, it's nothing. And like I said, I got this off of Etsy, which I'm glad. So I probably paid no more than at the most $5 for that. Next, we're gonna take the brown kiki from one size, just like that. Again, this is in brown black brown, number 7. This is the gel, and that is the wand. And I'm gonna use this to deepen it up a little bit more. Like I said, I don't necessarily need the hold of a brow gel, but if I'm gonna use one, it's for dang sure gonna have some color in it. I mean, let's just be real here. Why use a clear brow gel? I mean, unless your brows are like, now, Doc Mojo is, she has great brows. And she just gets them threaded every so often. I mean, her brows are awesome. She doesn't have to do too much of nothing at all to her brows. And they just sit there and grow and look pretty. So she is not challenged in the brow category. So I'm not over the moon with my brows at the moment. Not because of the product, but because of my application. Next, we're going to use something I should have started off in the beginning. And this is the Fenty Plush Pudding Intensive Recovery Lip Mask in Kalahari Melon. Now, this was like part of that order that I made where I got that nectar serum and the dripping primer. This came free. I think I ordered too much and they gave it to me free. This is the packaging. And it has a little hole at the top and you press down, or do you, I guess you dial it up at the bottom. I'm gonna dial, yep, you dial it up at the bottom. You hear that? Is it going? Oh, I might have dialed too much. So I twisted it until it started to come up. And we're gonna take the finger and wipe it off the top. Smells pretty good. It's a little thick, like, okay. And it has a little shimmer to it, I think. Yeah, has a little shimmer. I don't know if you can see that. It is thick, like a Vaseline. I hate Vaseline, but it doesn't remind, I mean, it reminds me of the thickness of Vaseline, but it's not like putting, to me, a Vaseline. It's more like putting a thick lip balm on it. And this is a lip mask, the Plush Pudding. Blanket lips with hydration for a petal soft pout. Condition, moisturize, and smooth. Kalahari melon scent for a light free flavor. It does not mention the shimmer, but it does say it has, does it have mica in it? Don't say. So I'm gonna leave that on for a moment. I'm gonna take it off because I put my actual lippy on. So let me find that while that's settling in. Wherever that is in here. Oh, here's, wait, that's that. Now where's the, okay, the lippy. So I hate that. I'll be taking, so this will be cute just to wear. It's a lip mask, so I guess you're supposed to wear it overnight. It's not like the Laneige where it kind of like melts into your lip. This is something that you would like put on for the day and walk around in, not necessarily put it on at night and sleep in it, because it's kind of, it's not sticky, tacky, but you can feel it when you press your lips together and pull it apart. There's a little bit of pull to it, but and like I said, it has a little, does it have shimmer on it? Maybe it doesn't. It is really glossy though. I like that. So we're gonna take that off though. I'm gonna hit on. I'm gonna dab it. Okay. We do have a lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the Lip Cheat Reshape and Resize Lip Liner in Hollywood Honey. Now, I wanted the Lip Intense number 3 pillow top. They did not have that available. That's what that looks like. There you go. And unlike the Kat Von D, and because I just basically bought this, there you go. Did not have to scrape it against my hand to warm it up or anything. So I'm going to take this, because I'm not using molasses for once, and I'm going to use this to line the lip. And it's nice and creamy. It's gliding. Performing well. Again, this is Hollywood Honey. Made in Italy. And this is a sharpenable pencil. Okay. I got that to go with the lippy I have because I couldn't find that the Intense number 3 was not available. So I went with the medium. But in order to get the medium, I needed a deeper lip liner. And this is Pillow Talk medium. It's close to Intense. Intense is maybe like 2 hairs darker, but it is darker. So this is the Pillow Talk Matte Revolution Luminous Modern Matte Long-Lasting Lipstick. I think these are $28. Iconic Charlotte Tilbury packaging. Takes you like more vintage to the 40s and 50s old Hollywood. CT at the top. You can see that. And I love the shape of her lippies though. Look at that. And like I say, the Intense is maybe 2 hairs darker than that, but it is darker and it's beautiful. This has a nice vanilla scent. Look at the shape of that lippy. All the way around. Look at that. So I'm going to pull it down a little bit because I don't want to break it. And we're going to apply, and I'm going to hope that that lip liner goes well with this lippy. Because I was trying to find something deeper, but not always brown. Okay. Well, it's okay. Look at that. I do think, I'm glad I didn't get the liner that goes with this because it was lighter than the Hollywood Honey, but I do think a more brown lip liner would ground this a little bit better. So, that being said, we put on everything except our setting spray. We're going to use, this is from Manna Kadar Hydrating Face Mist, Hydration Happy. And, of course, got this from BoxyCharm Ipsy. We're gonna, now, I'm sure this, I've used this before, but this not spraying like that Fenty. You can feel this. And you probably can see it too. It's not spitting at me, but it's getting me. It's all on the mirror and everything. Ooh, it smells good though. It smells really good. Okay, so I am done. I'm sure I'm at an hour and a half at this point. Oh, I'm just at an hour. I'm bringing it down every time I do it. But as I use these products more, and I don't have to talk about them as much, I can apply them and just talk to you as I'm applying them versus reviewing, swatching, giving my opinion of them. You know what I'm saying? It'll be more like putting it on and just having a casual conversation versus the showing and the claims and the, you know, how much it costs and all that other stuff. I'll just be applying makeup. So that'll be the change. So this is the look. Let me turn this down. Maybe that'll help. Like I said, I think with this lippy, I would probably need to do, just looking in this without that light around it really helps see what I got going on. Do I have a favorite product? Would be the blush. I really like the blush, and then I like the foundation. Then these are the Charlotte stuff. The blush, the foundation, then the eyeshadow. That powder, satin powder, like I said, you can get some Black Radiance with that. Consider with the color story and the amount of product you're going to get for the price point. Then I like the, what I said, the eyeshadow. Then the mascaras are alright. Well, before the mascara would be the lippy. The lippy, I like the feel of it, the smell of it, the look of it, the formula. The color is okay. The color would be better if I had a better grounding lip liner. But that lip liner would probably go well with something else. The lip liner that was going to come with the lippy itself would have been as light as you can see the lippy. So that would have put that, remember that Riri lip gloss and liner I got? It would have been like that. And I was like, nope, not doing that. So I think with that molasses, this would have been much better. It's not bad, but the molasses would have really like grounded it and toned, settled it down. You see the shape of my lip. My lip wouldn't be like coming at you before I get there. I don't like that. But it feels good. And it's a matte, which is what I don't typically gravitate towards. So that's good. So everything looks wonderful. Except for, like I said, the House Labs brow product was okay. Nothing to write home about. The setting powder was okay. Nothing to write home about. The brow Kiki, cool. But I really like that blush. I love blush. Anyway, so that's a given. I wish I hadn't taken that enhanced shade to the end of the brow and just kept it under the brow arch. I think that would have been a little bit better. And had I gotten a eyeliner that would have worked, I think that would have settled down this eye look. Yeah, I think that's another issue. But yeah, I didn't have a liner from Charlotte. But this is the look. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I know it's a little longer than anticipated. I'm working on condensing these videos, but like I said, I'm showing you a whole lot of different products that I have not used. So I want to give you my opinion, what's worth it or whatever. That Manica Dar was okay, you know, it's no big deal. It's a setting spray. I prefer that Fenty because that Mister is the bomb. So I would probably use that all up and then stick this liquid in that bottle and spray my little face. But yeah, this sucker here, and I'm not sure if she has other shades, but try it out. I think you would like it, even though it's a cream. Wait. Even though it's a cream, just get you like a little translucent powder, put it over it, or a comparable shade of blush. I'm sure this would work wonders as a lippy, because it's a lip and cheek. But yeah, her blushes were not speaking to me, and I'm like, I'm not about to spend $40 on that. And it looks so ashen. And it was so, and the color that would have worked for me is so blah. You know, it's bland, and it's, you know, that's what they always give me for my skin tone. Some deep purple plum thing. I want some color. I want some vibrancy. I want some room. I want something unique, not the traditional plum, you know? Everything gotta be plum for me. You know, I know I'm dark skinned, but good God, can I get some good stuff? I want some good stuff. The brushes, like I said, if you can get these LYS brushes, check the website, and they might have a discount code. You might be able to find these brushes on Ipsy's Drop Shot. I think they were like $15, $12 or $15. Can't beat that. This, a tragedy. Might have used it once. Beautiful color. But yeah, this sucker's dead. So that's going in the trash. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Check out my other videos. See how you like those. Like, comment, and subscribe. And this is about as close as I can get. I don't think I had nothing else in here that I was supposed to use. The lip liner, that plush. Come on, right here. That plush lip pudding thing. Nice, you know. I wouldn't wear it to bed, but it'd be nice to wear out, up and about. I probably should have put on that Lancome Seals Booster to boost up these lashes because, yeah, this mascara, I wouldn't buy that at 28 bucks. I think that would be a waste. And, yeah, I used everything. Just wanted to make sure I used everything. Bye-bye.